Here's the deal. We have a bullying problem in the California State Legislature. Last week, I was bullied by State Assembly Leader Anthony Rendon when I nicely asked him what it would take for us single-payer activists to get him to release SB 562 from the Rules Committee. And over 6,000 people heard how he answered me. Bullied me, talked over me, challenged me, questioned me, made it all about me to take the attention off himself. He got me so flustered, he had me promising to contact the nurses union about the 17 amendments that he insists were never delivered to his office. Today, exactly 1 week later, the same thing happened to me. Now, you would think that it was because last week I was off camera. He did not realize he was being recorded, that he was able to speak to me that way. Well, today it happened on camera. I very politely introduced myself to State Assemblymember Adrin Nazarian today at the California pre-endorsement conference in Van Nuys. This is what he said. Sorry, I just have a really quick question about a vote. Okay. There's a vote on Monday to get AB 1478 out of suspense. It's a bill that has 4 parts, and it's basically a good government bill regarding charter schools, that they should be subject to the Brown Act, that they should be subject to the Public Records Act, that they should follow the same conflict of interest rules that public entities follow. And I want to know if you're going to vote in favor of that bill.
Okay. That suggests you don't know how I voted in the past.
That does, but I'm not an expert on every member. I know that you're progressive, so I wouldn't be...
I'm sorry, let me just interrupt you, and hopefully this will also be an education for some of your viewers as well. Before sticking a camera in someone's face and trying to get a answer right on the spot, it will also help if you know the person's background and what they've stood for in the past. I voted on that bill before. I plan to vote on it again. But I don't know if this approach is necessarily the best way, especially when there are folks who are putting thought into the policy that they're working on. So, anyway,
well, had I known that you were going to be here, I would have done my research. But also know.
But you should have known, because this is the 46th district, and this is where my delegates are. So.
Okay, but this is not my district. I'm an independent journalist. I'm trying to cover the entire state of California. Okay. And please don't rebuke me. If you could just answer the question.
I did. I already did. Thank you.
But you didn't say how you voted.
I said I supported it.
Okay, good.
You missed that part?
No, I will review the video.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so I don't know what people think of that. I am a supporter of this man based on his voting record, but the way that he just rebuked me on camera on my own show, I thought was really reprehensible. I'm trying to ask him a yes or no question, how are you going to vote on a specific bill? And he went into this whole lecture about how I should be familiar with his voting record. I am an unpaid independent journalist here. Even the people who are paid to report for the Sacramento Bee, the Los Angeles Times, the San Francisco Chronicle, I would venture to say, would not know how Adrin Nazarian voted on AB 1478 the last time that it was heard in the legislature. So I'm pleased that he is planning to vote for it, because it is a good government bill that holds charter schools accountable to the same rules that public entities are held accountable to. But I am not happy the way that he just addressed me. And I will. Now imagine how differently that would have gone if he had simply said to me, yes, I plan to vote yes on AB 1478, because I believe that if charter schools are going to take public money, they should be accountable to public laws. Thank you very much for your question. End of story. Adrin Nazarian, I understand you have a good voting record. I understand you're very responsive to your constituents, but you cannot talk to constituents, voters, independent journalists, people in general that way if they're simply asking you a question. You can be better.